This is Fox 12 Now. First, live, local. This is Fox 12 Now.
And welcome back to Fox 12 Now. I'm Greg Nibbler, as always. Appreciate you joining us. We are live streaming on YouTube, on Facebook, on our website, and our apps, and I always want to let you know that, just so you know you have a lot of options to join into the shows and the segments and the conversations that we could have here. Right now, we're talking about travel and tourism in the state of Oregon, and you. People, if you are a resident of Oregon, Travel Oregon wants your opinion, wants your sentiments on what has been going on and what they've been doing. To talk all about that, to explain that much better than I can, we have Allie Gardner, the Industry Communications Manager for Travel Oregon. Allie, thank you very much for being here.
Oh, thanks for having me, Greg. Appreciate it.
I always find it interesting to see what you're doing with Travel Oregon and how you've changed. We've had different segments here actually on this show, particularly talking about that and some of the initiatives you have. But now you're seeking the sentiment of residents. And can you tell us about what this is?
Yes, thank you. So we have our 2024 Travel Oregon Resident Sentiment Survey is now live on the industry website. And we're really asking for residents to tell us how they're feeling about tourism. So this survey is meant to gauge attitudes, perceptions, sentiment around how tourism is landing with people in their communities. So we're looking to, uncover any pain points or challenges or issues, and also, also try to realize what's working well so that we can replicate that and promote it.
And this is for, like you mentioned, residents of Oregon. So this is really anybody in there who could be somebody who wants to attract tourism to their community, or somebody who is actually going out and being a tourist?
Yeah, well, actually, we just want anybody who lives in Oregon. So people who are residents of Oregon, they might also be tourists, but somebody that lives in Oregon, that's in every community. We're looking for not just in big cities or towns, but rural areas as well. And so, basically, Greg, we know that tourism is a big industry in Oregon. It's a $13.9 billion industry here. We have those numbers. We know that it employs over 100,000 Oregonians. We know that. What we want to know is how is it affecting residents' quality of life? So how does it show up for you in your daily life? We know that many of the venues and experiences and attractions and outdoor amenities that we put in the tourism category are also used by residents. We take advantage of those. It benefits all of us. So we really want to create a tourism ecosystem that benefits visitors, of course, but also residents. So we want to make sure that people are happy with what's happening in our communities.
Yeah, which is, as you mentioned, it's a huge economic driver just on that aspect alone of that, and whether it's people coming from out of state or people just traveling within the state. It's Oregon's big, so you could be a tourist in Southeast Oregon or a tourist in Northwest Oregon. So looking at it from that aspect, let's talk a little bit more about what it is that you're trying to gain from that, and I guess what you would do with that information.
Yeah, it's a great question. So we take this data very seriously. So the survey really measures how people are feeling about different aspects of tourism. So social impacts, cultural impacts, environmental impacts, just people's general support for more tourism development, maybe in their communities. And then with that data, we look really closely at that. We use it to inform our strategic plans. And so we do a survey like this every 2 years. We have biennial strategic plans, and resident sentiment is one of our key performance indicators that we measure against to check our progress against our strategic vision. So we really take it seriously, and we hold ourselves accountable to this metric. And so it's really important to us going forward that we create a sustainable, like I said, tourism ecosystem where residents are happy, visitors are happy, and then we can keep doing this for the foreseeable future.
You mentioned that you do this about every 2 years, so that's a good indication then, so you've had some practice at doing this and taking that data and applying it to certain things. I don't know if you have any specific examples of this, but have there been general policy decisions that have been made based upon the results of these resident sentiment surveys?
Yeah, absolutely, Greg. And so we typically find that most people support tourism in their communities. We have, in 2018, we actually had some data that informed us that we really needed to reconsider our approach as a whole to tourism in the state. And so we moved largely as a result of this survey and some other factors, but from a destination marketing organization where we were really just about promoting visitors to come to Oregon, and more into a destination management organization where we were really trying to be strategic and thoughtful about where we were promoting and at what time of year, so that we were making sure that not everyone was going to one place on one day of the year, and that summer wasn't the only time people were traveling. We wanted to make sure that people knew how to recreate responsibly. So it was an educational component, more of a strategic sort of dispersal component, more of a thoughtful approach, I guess you could say. And then in 2021, we even took that a step further, partially based on some things we learned in the resident sentiment survey, and we moved to a destination stewardship approach, which actually takes management a little bit further. And we want to really design our tourism industry collaboratively with not only our tourism partners and stakeholders, but also our community members, so that we can, leave Oregon better than we found it, so that we're not only promoting economic growth, which we know that we are, but we're also, advancing equity in our communities, and we're also, uplifting economies, but also we're also creating a regenerative, sustainable tourism products that we can make sure that Oregon can be enjoyed for generations to come.
All of that is so important when it comes down to that. I mean, it is that huge economic side of things, as we mentioned before, but all of that's just as important, making sure it's sustainable, that's helping out the community, not taking something away from the community. So a lot of valuable data then that I would imagine that you can get from this, from actually finding out from residents. And so let's talk about the survey itself. So for somebody who wants to go take that, how do they go about that? What's involved, and how long does it take? All those details.
Yeah, great. Thanks, Greg. It couldn't be easier. It's about 10 minutes, maybe 15, depending on how long it takes you to get through the questions. We're really kind of asking basic questions about having you rate from basically a scale of 1 to 5 on how you feel about certain subjects. And so it takes you through maybe 10, 15 minutes. At the end, if you leave your email, you're entered to win $1,000 in Amazon gift cards. So that would be nice. You can access the survey on our industry website. So if you go to industry.traveloregon.com, you'll see several different ways to access the survey, and it's right there for you. Couldn't be easier.
And how long does that survey last?
It's going to be open through the end of the month, so it'll close on February 1. So
okay,
yeah,
February 1.
Please take it this week and share.
Yep. So you have some time to get it in, and so get that in there, share that, and that's how people can, give their feedback. And then once you get that data, how long does it take to analyze that and go through that? Because I imagine it's a lot of different things that you're getting with there. How long does it take to analyze all of that data and then actually utilize that or apply it towards something?
Yeah, that's great. So we have a research team at Travel Oregon, and they are wonderful, and they will be busy on February 1 taking a look at this and breaking it down and summarizing the findings. We have a governor's conference on tourism that we hold every year. This year it's in March, and we will present partial findings at the conference, and then full results will be available on our industry website in April. And so we'll have all that data compiled and analyzed by then, and then we will be using that to form our strategies for the next 2 years and beyond.
Nice. Well, Alec, thank you very much for joining me to talk about this and just to get that information out there. And this is something that affects all of us when it comes to tourism. So being able to have some direct input and feedback to that, I think, is pretty important for residents of Oregon to be able to share that. And this is how they can do it.
Yes.
So
I
anything
agree.
else you think people should know?
No, thank you so much. I just hope everyone, we want to hear from everyone. It really matters, and it will really make a difference. And we hope to hear from you. So please take the survey. Thank you, Greg.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Allie. Yeah. Have a good one.
Bye-bye. You too.
And for everybody watching, again, finding out about this is something that we do here at Fox 12 Now, is learn and educate ourselves about different things that are out there. And Travel Oregon now wants your opinion, so they want to be educated by you about what you care about. So that is something you can go and do, participate in that. And again, for everybody watching, if this is your first time, we're here every weekday, so we have lots of segments, different discussions, different things that we cover. So I appreciate you joining me. You can watch all of those on our YouTube channel, our Facebook channel, or the Fox 12 Oregon app, or you can go to the website. There's a Fox 12 Now tab. Lots of places to find it. Share it if it's something that's relevant to you, or you think other people should watch this. Please, by all means, share it, comment, or you can send me an email as well. Fox12Now, Fox12Now at KPTV.com. So let me know what you think about any segment, or if you have an idea for one, feel free to send in that as well, and I'll see if it's something that we can get together for you. But signing off for right now. If there's breaking news, we'll be back as well. I'm Greg Nibbler. This is Fox 12 Now.